Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna get meta. And if you're curious, I'm currently filming this in Yosemite National Park. That is why this background is so beautiful. I am surrounded by trees that are a century older than I am. It's insane. All right, so like I was saying, it's time to get meta because today I want to talk about Authortube, and more specifically Authortube Expectations. And recently I've been so lucky as to meet some fellow Authortubers along my 8-month road trip, super mega solo road trip. Gotta say the whole thing. And inevitably the topic of Authortube comes up because, you know, we're Authortubers. So the first person I got to see on my trip was Kaylee Wrights, and she was really big on talking about like creating an author platform and using YouTube as like a tool and having kind of a purpose behind your videos and like a tagline almost, and having your videos reflect that tagline. And I thought that was genius, and it's kind of like the right thing. When people are giving you advice on starting a YouTube channel, that's definitely something that they're like, know what your thing is, right? But it's so hard sometimes to figure out your thing. And Kaylee was very sure of the direction she wanted, and she asked me, she's like, so what's your thing basically? And I was just like, I don't know, because it's so at odds with what I expected Authortube to be. When I first started out, I had all of these ideas and I was very sure, you know, and now that I've been making videos for over a year now, I'm much less sure. One example of this was that when I first started out, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to make videos under like 5 minutes long. I was like, oh, I do not want them to go over 5 minutes. And it took a while, but that idea just totally went by the wayside. I don't even try to keep them under a certain time now. If it's going to be a short video, it's going to be a short video. If it's going to be a longer video, if I go off on tangents that, you know, kind of tie in, because y'all, I cannot tell you how many tangents that I edit out of these videos. That's just one thing where I was like, oh, I'm gonna make short videos, I'm gonna do this. And then also, originally I was planning on making it half books, half writing. So half booktube, half authortube. I thought this was a great marriage of the things that I liked. And Emily Lunatic Writing a Book actually made a video recently where she talked about how she's kind of transitioning more into making much more writing-based videos than what she'd initially thought. That struck me because the same thing happened to me. I still talk about books, but you'll notice that like compared to my other views, anything book related is way less views. So people really turn to me. That sounds so lame. People watch for writing, and they do watch my book videos, but it's much less. You know, I can see it, which is fine because I love writing, but I also love books, and that's the thing. Now I'm much more comfortable, and I'm in one of those like highs where I don't feel like I need to cater to anyone else. So I want to talk about the topics that I want to talk about, and if no one watches them, that's okay. And I say this because I can recognize that I have had multiple times where I didn't feel that way, where I was like, let me give the people what they want. What do you want? Authortubers aren't the only ones who of course have this issue about people not wanting to watch their other content. Like Sylvia K has made a lot of videos about this because she has so many different interests like language learning and books and writing and a myriad of other things, and she wants to talk about all of those things on her channel, but she knows that not everyone in her audience wants to watch those, and struggling with, do I give the audience what they want or do I make what I want? And when I was talking with Becca, she had the same kind of thing where she's like, I want to talk about sewing and crafting and all of these things, but I don't know. It's so hard because once you start putting numbers and subscriptions and likes and all this stuff, it makes it turn into something that it wasn't to start with. And I don't know where that point is. And I'm worried a little bit that I'm gonna circle back to that because right now I'm riding this high of really enjoying what I make when I make it. You know, I don't have any set schedule, and that's something that people encourage too. They're like, have these days to post, and I think those are great things to have. But even before I was on this trip, I wasn't posting on any given day. I was trying to do however many in a week that my inspiration led me to do, or my mental health allowed me to do that week. But posting on a certain day didn't really work. And that was a concern I had for a while, and I don't remember exactly what number of subscribers I was at. I don't know why I put that in quotes, that's what they're called. And I don't know what kind of success I was having at that time that made me feel that way, like I needed to give something else, like when it became something that wasn't just for me and the relationships that I was making, when it became about the views, because I don't want to go back to there. But because I can't pinpoint that, it makes it hard. You see my struggle here. And another way in which I don't follow the given advice is when people are like, tell people to like it and to subscribe and to do all this stuff, and everyone's doing collabs now, which is awesome. I'm definitely gonna have a couple collabs in the future, one with Becca, who I actually got to meet in person, but it's just like, I feel like I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't know why I'm not doing them, other than I just kind of don't want to. Like, I think all of those things are great, and it doesn't deter me from watching anyone else's video, and I think they're smart things to do. But I can't get myself to say like and subscribe for some reason. I don't know if it's because I think I'm just like not professional enough, or like if it's just like these videos are so chatty and relaxed and that's it. I don't know. But I will say that one thing I'm really good at is asking y'all to comment, and that's because out of all of the things I want from Authortube, and something that has not changed, the only thing that hasn't changed for me is that I wanted to make connections and relationships with other writers, and asking y'all to comment something specific to the video or whatever has allowed me to meet and become friends with so many of you, and that is fantastic, and that's what I want out of it. And that's why even if I don't ask you to like and subscribe or share or I don't know, whatever you're supposed to do, I will continue to ask you to comment. That is what I want out of Authortube, and it's nice to at least have one thing where I'm like, yes, that is what I want, since I clearly don't know otherwise. But all of that perfectly leads me into the questions for y'all this video. That was a very succinct tie-in. That doesn't usually happen. I am usually trying to shoehorn it in there. But please do comment down below, and if you're another Authortuber or a booktuber, any kind of YouTuber, let me know if there was a specific point where you felt like you were giving more than you had before, or when you felt like you were trying to do it for other people rather than for your own enjoyment. And if you got past that, if you're in that right now, let's just like have a chat about what our expectations are as creators. And if you're a viewer, I'm kind of curious, what do you like so much about Authortube? What kind of videos do you like the most? And can you tell if there's any kind of connection between the Authortubers that you like to watch? Because Becca and I were talking about our favorite Authortubers, and I think for me it's just this genuineness that I feel like I can sit down and like have a glass of wine with them, or like talk over pizza, or like go, I don't bowl, so I don't know why that's what was popping into my head. But something like that, where I'm like, we could probably be friends. And it worked out really well that Becca, who I've been chatting with for I don't know how long on Authortube, we actually hung out for like 8.5 hours straight. So it does transfer over, which is awesome. And that leads me into one other thing. Oh man, I managed to shoehorn something in there. That if you are in the US and Canada and you would want to meet up, I would absolutely love to do that. Please comment down below, or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or wherever. I don't always have Wi-Fi or internet. Like right now I got nothing, but I promise I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all very soon with a new video. Bye. Gotta find my notes. Do I not have it? How do I not have my notes? Dang it. Okay. We're just gonna have to do this based off memory. There's someone coming. Ah! I'm going to pretend that they can't see my camera. This is totally fine. At some point, I'm going to get over being uncomfortable with this, but that point is not right now. Okay, they turned the corner.